Okay, so welcome everyone. This is a redo of my hub storage tutorial. The last one was really early on, so now we're going to take a look at it now that we understand how it works a little bit better. That's too bad, Callie. So, first things first, I just have a completed all gun save here. So, we'll work off of that. But before you do runs, one thing that never hurts is stat FPS. Doing that allows others to make sure that your run is running at a decent time, which is important for pink cubes. Okay. Regardless, let's get going. So, hub storage, or HS as I'm going to refer to it from now on, was a glitch discovered a few months ago that allows us to keep cubes through a map transition. So, basically, when you have a cube, like this guy, and you go to a new part of the map, you don't keep the cube. This gives us a way to do that. Thanks, Callie. Okay. So, beforehand, you need to know one important thing, which is the lag glitch. Basically, the lag glitch can be done by Alt-Tab Shift-Tabbing, as you saw with those inputs there, or pressing F11. And if you're in windowed mode, you can hit Alt-Enter twice. So, for the purposes of my speedrunning, I have F11 rebound to one of my mouse buttons, which you can't see there, but it does the same effect. So now that we know that, let's get straight to the important stuff. I'm going to show you how to do it, then I'm going to give a technical explanation of it. And what better place to show than up here? So this is where we originally discovered hub storage. So there's two ways to do hub storage: the lag method and the lagless method. The lag method allows you to get more cubes and is a little more consistent. The lagless method can be slightly faster, but is extremely hard unless you have a free scroll mouse. Also important to note that the scroll wheel down is bound to shot, or is bound to shooting. Okay, so first I'm going to show you what it is, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. So you see I went into windowed mode here. I'm just going to pop out of that. And on the new map transition, you see I actually have a lot of cubes compared to earlier, where if we transition back, you'll see I have no cubes. So that's what it looks like. Now here's how you do it. So you want to have a decent amount of space between you and a wall. So it generally depends where you actually are in the map for where you're going to aim and how much space you need. But a general rule of thumb is don't aim at corners. I find corners tend to eat up your cubes and not give you as many from hub storage. So then all you're going to do is perform a lag glitch, and within the lag glitch, you're going to scroll down on your mouse, or whatever scroll direction you have shooting bound to. Then, within that lag glitch, or just after you come out of it, you want to hit Q. Or, well, I have Q bound to escape. So you want to hit whatever will send you back to the map. In my case, Q. In the default case, escape. So, looks like that. Nothing fancy. Come on this side. I have cubes. And that's really all there is to it. There's also another variation, lagless hub storage. So this one, instead of performing the lag glitch, you are going to scroll really, really hard on your mouse, or have a free scroll mouse. So, scrolling hard, you'll see I got a few there. It is a lot harder to do than the normal, than the lag method of it. I just call it normal because it's the one I always do. It's a lot harder to do than the lag method, but it's also a lot faster. And those are basically the two main ways of doing it. Practical application time. In a normal speedrun of any percent, yes. Callie, I'm going to explain that later when I explain the technicals behind it. But yes, when you have lag, as Callie said, you're basically buffering hub storage, giving you a little more time to shoot the cubes. So lagless is fastest, but sometimes it is faster to do lag if you need more cubes. So here I am at learning to draw. This is where you get the green gun. So this is one of the common, well, this is one of 3 places that you'll potentially find it in any percent. So here you use it to bring cubes to a jump too far, which would then let you head into the chase early on, which leads into the second hub storage, which instead of walking through here and all the way up, you rather just face that wall, scroll away, and have cubes in the chase, which skips basically this entire portion of walking. You won't be able to see it, that's actually just a pink cube, but regardless, it saves time. You will also see it in all guns if you are doing the fastest strats, because you'll have to come through here, assuming you're using the new route, to get the, what do you call it, yellow gun. Now from here, what you are going to do is stand back here and perform a hub storage, an HS. But you can't use lag on this one since the wall's too close. So you have to do it lagless, unbuffered. Then you would pop up here, grow your cubes, and head on your way up. And so that's where that's useful in all guns. It is useful in 120 signs. We haven't rerouted that yet. So those are the common places you're going to see it utilized. However, you can really do it wherever you want. I mean, say, oh, there is actually one more place where it is utilized. At the end of the chase, when you're going into the door for the escape, when you toss cubes here, you'd usually shoot them against this wall, and then they'd build up here, you'd turn and place them here. But if you just do an unbuffered hub storage from back there, then you'll automatically have the cubes, and you just shoot it in there. Yeah, I know, Callie. No one really wants to reroute 120, but it pretty much would have to be done at some point. So that's basically all you need to know to do hub storage. So keep in mind, this trick is difficult. You're most likely not going to get it first try. You just have to practice with it to actually be able to do it. So also, if you're doing the lagless methods of hub storage, at the learning to draw, you're probably going to do this method instead of the lag method I prefer, which is from there. In fact, you almost might be able to do that. Yeah, but you don't get enough cubes. So that's how you do hub storage, and that's some of the practical applications of it. You can, as I said, really do it anywhere if you just want cubes, because who knows what, who cares. All you have to do is do a hub storage and remap, say, to the end, and kabam, you have all your cubes. Random fact, you can fill up that space with cubes. Just saying. And that's how you do hub storage. So at this point you can go ahead and try that, or you can stick around for the technical explanation. I'll give you a couple seconds while I pick up cubes here. Okay, so if you're probably still around at this point, you want to know the technical explanation. So, I actually have too many cubes. Whoops. There. So, when you're shooting in this game, you can have multiple cubes in the air at a time. okay? But what's occurring with, well, the hub storage relies on two glitches mainly. Glitch number one is that if cubes are shot at a wall, due to an error with the stacking, if a cube grows on top of a cube that is being shot, it will just be returned to your gun. Hub storage also relies on the glitch that your gun is only cleared when you leave an area, not when you enter an area. Not really a glitch, more of just an oversight. So basically, just in a small amount, I can take these cubes, toss them, and I actually got them refunded, but since the wall was too close, I exited, and the cubes were put in my gun, and they were cleared. But, as you can see, if we do it in a longer hallway, like this one, the cubes continue moving when you exit a map. So when they hit that wall, they're still going to stack, and some of them aren't going to stack properly, which means that currently they're stored in my gun. So if I re-enter a map, I have all those cubes that I would have had prior to that. And that's basically how hub storage works. Most of the time, you'll want to be aiming straight, as that can have cubes to stack a little better, but in certain occasions, I find aiming for one of the walls helps a little better. You don't want to aim for corners though, because shooting in corners does weird stuff and doesn't refund any of them compared to shooting to a wall. And that's basically the logistics behind hub storage. Pretty much the easiest place to practice them is up here, because it's a really long corridor and there's cubes nearby. Really easy. And all I can say is don't get discouraged. This trick is difficult, but it is really useful and will save a lot of time in your runs. All I can do now is wish you the best of luck, keep practicing, and hopefully we see some more runs with hub storage coming in soon. And as long as I didn't miss anything, I think we can call this an episode, or tutorial. One thing I should mention, if you are playing in full screen mode, keep your screen resolution the same resolution as your monitor. This allows your lag to exit faster because your graphics card doesn't have to resize it twice because of the lag from full screen to window, window to full screen. Especially in full screen, it has to stretch the resolution. And that's all I have to say for hub storage. Hopefully we have those runs coming in soon, and I wish you the best of luck. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay.